Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it is great to see you guys coming in from all over the United States and all around the world. Tonight is our release party, and we are so excited because we have special guests that are going to be joining us tonight. We have brand new stamps and die sets to show you, and we have a brand new bundle. So I am so happy to see all of you. I'm just going to give a few minutes for everything to populate. We went from 1,100 to 600 people. I think it's like jumping back and forth between Facebook and YouTube. Oh, Facebook's coming in now. Hey, everybody. Great to see you all. I got to put my glasses on so I can see here. There we go. All right. Well, we are so excited to have you all here. We've got some really beautiful stamp sets for you tonight. Thank you guys so much. My hair is a little wild tonight, a little wilder than it was even on the last live. I almost feel like I look like I'm in my pajamas tonight. This is actually a sweatshirt. It's not pajamas. That other thing that I wore the other night, I think, was pajamas. But this is actually a sweatshirt, but it feels very pajama-like with this headband. So it'll be a pajama release party. I hope some of you guys are relaxing in your jammies right now. And thank you all so much for your sweet comments. So before we get started bringing our illustrators in and showing you all of the new stamps and dies and the new bundle, I wanted to show you what you get free. Now, if you're a new person to Gina K Designs, you may not know this, but every single release, we offer a brand new incentive stamp set. And that incentive stamp set is yours free with any $75 or more purchase. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put it in your cart. You don't have to worry about it. It's not going to show up in your order. The way it works is when you place an order that qualifies, that means it's $75 or more. We have this wonderful person that works for us, and her name is Karen. And she's Clothespin Karen, the one that gave me the clothespins. And Karen inspects every order, and then she will take a free stamp set and staple it right to your invoice. And then it goes into our picking and shipping. So it's never forgotten. I think, gosh, I can't even remember the last time that somebody didn't get their incentive who qualified. So I want to show you what the new incentive looks like. So this is our brand new incentive set. Tom's gonna put it on the screen. Usually I show you with the set, but Tom's gonna actually put it on the screen. This is called Mini Blossoms, and I absolutely love this stamp set. If you check out this stamp set, on the left-hand side, you'll see some branches and leaves, and then there's spaces in between. That's one big stamp. So you'll be stamping all of those branches at the same time. You can do different stamping techniques and inking techniques with that branch. And then you can go in with all of the different flowers and buds, and you can use watercolor on them. You can use the thumping technique. You can use embossing, and you can pick and choose which buds and blossoms you want to put on that branch. And then, of course, it's got those two beautiful scripty sentiments, the I love you, or it's just love you is what it says, and you are the best. So that's called Mini Blossoms. This is our incentive set. It's yours free with any $75 purchase. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is place your order, and it will automatically ship with that qualifying order. So that's what it looks like. I hope you guys like that. And there we go. Is that exciting? I love this one so much. I feel like those blossoms are going to work really well in the wreath builder too. So it's just another one of those fun stamp sets that you can use. Mrs. Nini Chick, what is the thumping technique? I'm going to have to do the thumping technique coming up. In fact, I like this incentive set so much that I'm going to wait a little bit until a lot of you get your order, and then I'm going to do a couple of card projects on a live using that set. And one of the techniques I'll show is the thumping technique. All right, so, ooh, Heidi, you're lucky. $100 gift certificate to Gina K Designs. You're going to have fun tonight. Okay, well, I am looking in the green room. We have a little green room off camera. And I already see two of my illustrators in there getting ready to come on live. So I'm wondering if Lisa, I've got to just look at the screen and see if Lisa's ready to start a little bit early. Are you ready, Lisa? She gave me the thumbs up. So let's welcome her, the lovely, the talented, the beautiful Lisa Hetrick. Hey, how are you, Lisa?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here.
Oh, your set. Holy cow. I got to take it out of the package and I've got to show everybody this set. Okay, so I didn't show like one of my favorite elements in the sneak peek. I usually pick like some of my favorite elements for the sneak peeks, but I didn't this time because I wanted this to be a surprise. And you know, I didn't even realize what you did with the wood grain until yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know where my brain was, but Tom, if we can just do an overhead on me, look at this stamp set. I'm going to back up a little bit here so they can see it all. This set is called, oh, I got to turn it over and see. Count It All Joy. Look at this. Look at that.
Count It All Joy.
Oh, I love this. And look at this. She did the wood grain, but she also did it so it goes up into the handle. That's so cute. Oh, my word.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love this set. I love how you have speckles in this design. I know it's hard to see on the screen, but you may have seen it in the sneak peek. I love the heart. I love this big, bold bloom. Is this an anemone?
Yes, kind of is. Could be a peony. That's why we have those two center pieces. Oh. So it could be an anemone or a peony. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell us, where's your inspiration? Okay. What is your inspiration for this one? Because I know you always have the best.
I have fun inspiration for this one. So I came up with that board idea because I wanted to create a charcuterie board for flowers.
Oh,
right?
That's adorable.
So, and you know, I know a charcuterie board is really a cutting board, right? A nice big wood cutting board. But I thought it would be a ton of fun to just create a piece like that would be fun to put flowers on and to kind of mimic a little bit like a home decor kind of thing. So I put my whimsical hat on and just thought about having some fun with that and saw that you could, you know, I'm always thinking about versatility and how we can try to use our stamps and make them be the star of the show on the card so you don't have to add a lot of other things. So these elements in this stamp set are large, they're big, they're going to cover quite a bit of space in your A2 sized card and are great for other paper crafting projects too. And there's
enter the dies.
There is a die set that goes with. So even though some of those shapes are easy to fussy cut out, we know that that's not for everyone. And that's cool. So almost every piece in the stamp set has a coordinating die, except for the sentiments and probably some of the smaller little pieces. So all of my sets tend to have a lot of leaves and greenery. I call them leafery, so that you have different pieces and bits and baubles to build with. But this one's just kind of whimsical and fun and just, I don't know, magical.
Well, I really love it. And I love that we can cut all of these pieces out. That's amazing right there. I saw a comment. Somebody said the new products are not up on the site. They are up on the site. Make sure you refresh your screen. If you've been sitting there waiting, you actually have to refresh the screen so that they can load in on your screen. And click on the What's New category. Don't worry about the banner. The banner usually gets updated after the live because that's something that I have to do. And I can't because I'm here with you guys. So just go ahead and click on the What's New category and they're all up. All right. So, and I did want to tell everybody, for people who are new to Gina K Designs, you may not know this, but our die sets come on these very thick magnetic boards. The die sets that coordinate with stamps come on these magnetic boards, and this magnet is strong. These are not going to fall off this magnet. I mean, seriously, they are strong, and our dies all come detabbed. What that means is they're all cut apart already. You don't have to cut them. There's no sharp edges. They're just ready to open the package, grab them off of the magnet and use them right away. So I just wanted to make sure. I know we always have new people who have just joined us for the first time. So, so there you go. Lisa, I love this.
So do we want to see a few samples?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
So this sample I'm getting ready to show you also has a little bit of a sneak peek to the bundle that's coming up. But
awesome.
Here is,
we're going to put you full screen.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
so
there we go.
Here is a card that uses all of the elements, but uses that board, that charcuterie board, and just kind of creates that flower spray. Love
Beautiful.
that. And there's a little sneak peek.
Oh yes, I see it. I see a sneak peek word in there.
Here's another fun card using all the elements, and this one I kind of got like super. Let me get my turning here. Super whimsical with this, using some of that leafery and creating a pattern background. If you've watched my video tutorials, I kind of use a lot of the stamp images to create patterns in your background that create kind of a pattern paper. So this adds a lot of texture to the project without a lot of the height. So that's what makes it super fun. So yeah, loving that. Hopefully it's coming in pretty well, but love that. I am obsessed with the scallop die that is in Master Layouts 4. Yeah, 4. I could use it over and over and over again. But here, I used it here. And there's a little sneak peek in here with Beth's set that's coming up. So I kind of mishmashed a few things together here to create that look. I love that.
I love that. And Lisa, I'm looking at some of the images. If we could go back to the split screen, I just want to show the overhead one more time here. I'm looking at a lot of the images in this set. I'm always looking for images that also work with the wreath builder.
Yes.
And I love that you have small flowers and small leaves. And even this little center of the anemone could almost be like a dandelion kind of feel, or just a whimsical flower. And even these leaves here, for those of you that are looking for smaller leaves that you can color for the wreath builder, a lot of our wreath builder sets don't have open leaves, but Lisa always has these sweet little open leaf images that work so well. And I did notice in one of your cards that you just showed how you connected this one, the point to the top here, and you just made this long vine. And what a gorgeous border on a card. So even if you're just using the bits and pieces of this stamp set as elements, putting a border across the center of your card, maybe in a pastel to stamp a bold greeting over. I mean, this is an unlimited ideas with this set. So I just had to get that in there.
It's super fun. Here is another fun card where you can see and kind of get some perspective of the big honkin' floral. So, and I put that centerpiece in there to kind of create that anemone look. And there's also a little sneak peek in here to Beth's new sentiment set, which I love.
Oh,
it's amazing.
I love it. Yes.
It pairs so well with so many of the sets in our release tonight. So super excited for that.
Oh, that's so fun.
How about one more?
Yeah, one more, definitely. So we'll take like 20 more if you have them.
I have a ton more, but they want to hog up all the time.
Okay.
But I talked a lot about using the stamp sets to create pattern paper and to create pattern backgrounds. Using that really large floral image, I created this pattern, again, with that scallop die from the Master Layouts 4. And then there's another little sneak peek into the bundle that's coming.
I love that. That looks like a huge background stamp, like just a rubber background. And I could totally see that doing that kind of same thing with embossing and then using blend. Oh my gosh, you're giving me a million ideas, Lisa.
Yes. And speaking of ideas, Gina just segued me right into my favorite thing to share every month. I do have a free download with 8 card ideas that I didn't even show you. I think I only did 2 of these. So 8 brand new card ideas using the Count It All Joy stamp set. And I'll have that link that just went live. So I will make sure that I pop that link over in to the private Facebook group for Gina K, and you can get it from there. I think I did this last month, but I also put that PDF in the files section of the group, so you can grab it there as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Lisa, your inspiration sheets are really, really helpful. For those of you, when you just kind of, you get a new stamp set, you're just not sure what to do with it. I'm telling you, Lisa's inspiration sheets are a great mojo starter. The cutting board, how big is the cutting board? Let me get my ruler here and just measure it. So it measures 2 inches across by 4.5 inches down. 4.5 inches. That's pretty big. Oh, almost 4 3/4 inches.
It's a pretty nice size. So you can use the pieces by themselves, or you can, put them together. And then here is the flower, left to right. The flower with the 2 center pieces to be able to make the 2 flowers.
That's so cool. I'm so glad you did the 2 different centers, because it just expands the use of that flower. And I have to tell you, the anemone is one of my is one of my favorite flowers to color. And so I'm excited for this one. I've been doing a lot with one of your last releases, your recent releases on my lives. And this is one I definitely, I got to play with. I love it. Yeah. Really, really pretty. And even just the whole idea of this board, and then you put these wood grain things in there, and then to do the wood grain technique on top of it to create even more rugged texture. Yeah. I mean, this is just fun. This is just fun. And now I want cheese and pepperoni and some olives. And
or when I was drawing it too, I was also thinking about Reno's sushi set. So if you have like that sushi set, you could totally use the board.
Oh my gosh.
All over it, or any kind of, or Emily's fruits. Like there's lots of different sets in the Gina K line that you could mix and mingle with the board, which is kind of fun.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
It's so fun. I love mixing and matching stamp sets, and this one is going to get used a lot. Having an element like that cutting board in your collection, it's unlimited. And even for a masculine card, just using that cutting board and then putting like a big bold greeting on it and some leaves around it, and just unlimited ideas.
Yeah. I did I did it right here. I just used the cutting board part, the wood grain part as a background.
Oh, that's awesome.
See if I tipped up a little bit so that you can see it, and did that tone on tone with turquoise actually tranquil teal paper.
Awesome. Well, for those of you that don't know, Lisa has a fantastic YouTube channel. So her YouTube channel is, you can either search Lisa Hetrick or Indigo Jade Art, and you will find her YouTube channel. Also, she posts her YouTube videos in our group. Yes. She posts links to them over on Facebook. So come join us on Facebook and find all of Lisa's fun inspiration sheets in the file section. She's amazing. Lisa, you are such a delight. We always find joy with you. Absolutely.
I'm so grateful to be here. Everyone in this community brings me great joy. When you share your projects, literally makes my day. And if you share your projects in the group or anywhere else in social, please tag me. Please tag me, because I just love seeing it. It makes my day, and that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for, to help spread joy. So
absolutely. I'm going to show it one more time on my screen. So here it is. This is the Count It All Joy stamp set by Lisa Hetrick for Gina K Designs. And it also has a coordinating die set. Love it, Lisa. Lisa, thank you so much for, let's go back to my face. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being here this evening. And I can't wait to see some of your upcoming videos and projects.
Me too. There's one tonight that'll launch after tonight.
Awesome.
Or
all right.
In a half hour. I'm not sure. Sometime tonight.
Awesome. Lisa, thank you so much. It's
Thank
great to see you. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
All right.
Bye.
We'll see you. Bye. Oh, wasn't that great? I love this stamp set so much. You know, I've been like reaching into all of my other Illustrator stuff. And here's another person waiting in the green room who has just been nailing her new releases one after the other after the other. She seems to sell out all the time, no matter how much we order. And her new set, okay. So the other night I did a video on masculine themed cards. Now you guys know that I don't like stereotyping gender for cards because I know many, many men, even in our neighborhood, who love to garden. They're out there nursing their flowers and they have absolutely beautiful floral gardens. And I know those men love flowers. So why wouldn't they love a flower card? But some of you prefer to use a different style of stamp when it comes to masculine cards, and I understand that. And Melanie has been creating sets lately that can go in either direction because they're nature and they're beautiful. I know flowers are too, but they're outside of flowers with her birds and her bees and her wings. And this new set that she has tonight is amazing. I can't wait to show it to you. But first, let's bring her into the live. Here she is. My good friend, Melanie Menchinger. Hey, Melanie.
Hello.
How
Hi.
are you?
I love the headband you're rocking. I want to go get mine. I have one with a little twist too.
Do you have one? Oh my gosh. Well, my hair, it's been falling out a little bit because of a colonoscopy that I had. Got to get that topic into every live video I do. I don't know why. So I decided to not like curl it or blow dry it. So this is my natural curl.
This is mine. Hey, look.
Curly sisters.
It's from another mother.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome tonight. You do look beautiful as always.
you.
And your new stamp set. Let me just take it out of the package here.
Okay.
This thing is amazing. And I can't believe how big these images are. I have some ideas for card layouts using this stamp set that's completely different because of how big these are. So here we go. This is called Magnificent Moths. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, just for reference, this is a tape runner. This moth is like as big as a tape runner. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at the beautiful detail in these things. They are amazing. Now, when Melanie first came to me and she said she was going to do a set of moths, in my brain, I pictured a hot summer night and 5,000 gray moths on my door. And I thought, I don't know if this is going to do anything for me. I started looking at my gray Copics and figuring out what I would use. But the moths that Melanie has chosen to put in this set are absolutely some of the most beautiful, colorful moths I've ever seen in my life. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to let you tell us a little bit more about this.
You did such a nice intro for it before. So that was so great what you already said. The reason I decided to do just moths is because I have some in my beautiful wing set and people just went nuts for it. I mean, I think Lydia Fiedler told you ahead of time it was like her favorite set ever. And so I was really excited and surprised how much love the moths were getting. So I wanted to do more. So I started researching moths even more and I found out they're huge, they're beautiful, they come in all different species, and within a species, they can be colored in all different ways. So I really want to give you all the freedom to release yourselves and just color them however you want, but I'm going to show you how you can color them realistically as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and start with the samples. I am certain the one that she's showing in the hand right now, I think that's probably going to be the most popular one. That is a Luna moth. And I'm convinced from all of the ethereal images I've looked at, that is what people made people think of fairies.
Yes.
Out in nature. Just their little wings are they're just glorious. So I actually did two different ones with this moth. And I used my Copics because I had some pale greens that were that very same color. And they look really, really beautiful with how iridescent those wings are. These are those Angel Aura rhinestones. Y'all might have seen my post about it. But that
Oh,
pale
wow.
green and that pale pink just looks so, so pretty with it. And then I've got 2 different flowers in this set that you can use with all those different butterflies and bees and everything. So this one is colored with Copics, and I used a few different colors. I thought y'all would probably want to know the BG10 and the YG41. And I have a lot of different alcohol markers that I've used in the past years, but I just really, really like the pale greens for this one. But let me show you something really different. And I just posted this to our Facebook group for anyone that was having a hard time finding the live. This is with the Luna Moth as well, except I stamped it onto our Apple Mint cardstock. And so this is embossed in white powder. This is Gina K's Detail White. And then I used just one marker to color this, only one marker, and that's the YG11. And so
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, we can see how beautiful that is, and what a great technique, because I don't think we think enough about stamping images like that on a color and then just adding a little darker shading around it. That is beautiful. Wow, that's gorgeous.
And then I used some of your, it's called is it A Little Love? Is that the right name of the bundle? Or A Little
Hello. Yep.
Okay, so I've got some of that stenciling on there. And then I just thought, remember how she said how big these moths were, that this would be a really, really great easel card.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
I will show this in a video, but it's only attached here at the bottom. And so it just looks like it's going to fly right off the card. And then you just display it just like that. So
are you, did you say you're doing that in a video, or you have a video? Oh, yes. Boy.
I think that'll be my first video. So
amazing. Amazing. And just for perspective, I want to show you again, look at, Tom's going to bring me in here. Look at how big this die is. I mean, it's huge. These dies are huge. Again, full set of dies that cut out all the butterflies, all the moths and the flowers. I think, did we even do one for this little guy? I think we did. Yeah, we did all of them. And I think the only thing we don't have are these little dotted kind of, that makes them look like they're moving.
Right.
We didn't do that, because that you would stamp right on the card under them, and then you could pop that moth up.
Exactly.
So yeah, and another full, huge die set, again, on our magnetic boards. Our magnetic boards are made for us by Stampin' Storage. So if you ever want to buy more of them, you can head over to Stampin' Storage and get more, so you can do all your dies this way. It's so great because you can get the stamp set and the die set. You can put them together in a stamp pocket, and you always are able to find what you need to make these gorgeous moth cards. I like this one too. This is really beautiful. Do you know the names of all these moths?
Yes. So Thank you for asking. So I have an email typed out for Debbie to add to our webpage, and I forgot. So I do have a little description that we'll add to the website that has the names of each of the moths, and then also the sizes of them, so that you know that you have them for your blocks. But if you've got a Misty or a large block, they will all fit. But yes, so we've got the Luna Moth there, is the one I already showed. The one that you flip, this next one, this is called a Comet Moth, I believe.
This one?
And the one with the long.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to
I do want you guys to know that our huge acrylic block, even the biggest moth fits on there beautifully. So if you're not somebody that uses a stamping platform and you just like acrylic blocks, and I get it, this fits on here, no problem at all. They all will. So, okay.
So I'll carry on real quick with the Comet Moth. So this one, I went ahead, no coloring, but because these are so big, you can go ahead and use your cubes or your pads and create kind of a rainbow effect across those moths. And I just love this, the magnificent greeting. There's about 4 or 5 different ways to use it. And I've got a large and a small version of the word magnificent in the set, so that you can play around with which font you want to use, which size, if you want to put it inside or outside. And then you can say how magnificent you are magnificent, or that lovely quote about how magnificent a day can be when friendship touches it. So it's that one.
Yeah, the greetings are just amazing in this set. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love nature. I know, you mentioned Lydia Fiedler. She actually reached out to me and said, oh, um, I love the moths. And she's going to get this set. We didn't send it to her yet, but she's going to get this set. And I guarantee you she's going to make a video because she always does with your stuff.
I can't wait to see what she does.
Yeah, I know. She's amazing. And I'm digging so many of these, just the flowers, and how you can just, if you're in the mood for flowers, you can just do a whole row of flowers at the bottom. So much that you can do with this.
I'm going to show you real quick. Here are two that I made with Argita and Hannah's sets. And so
gorgeous.
And then you had mentioned that little trail, the little dotted trail. So here is one that I did. And there's some different ways to use this little trail. And I didn't stamp it onto that Luna moth, but that shape. And I don't know if you want to put the set back up there so you can point out that little stamp.
Sure. Okay, so just give Tom 1 second because he's checking something out here. Sometimes we get trolls that come in and they make comments.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, and
so I'll keep talking about it. So there's actually two little trails that you can stamp end to end, but one curves one way and one curves the other way. And so you can have it whichever way you want to curve on your card, but then also you can accent around the edges of this wing on the outside of it as if you pierced around it.
Oh, so we're talking... So you're talking about these stamps you wanted me to show, right?
Exactly.
So, yes. So they're
you
opposite
see one curves
directions.
one way and one curves the other way. So you can stamp it just outside to look like you've pierced around it on the background. But then you can also stamp it just inside the wing like a two-step stamp if you want to make it look like it has spots on it. So you can add more color that way.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Or embossing. So I'm excited to use that. I haven't done it yet on any of the samples, but...
Yeah, I just, and what I love about this, I just picture like, because these are so big, you can almost use half a moth on a card if you wanted it to come in from the side and have another one come in from the other side. This is so interesting to me because, like you said, the moths are really what fairies are based on. So, they have these long, almost like legs, and it's such a different look from the butterflies, totally different look. I feel like they can be used in a more masculine way, but I also think that these are just beautiful for art journaling. So if you're an art journaler or you wanted to do something with, a scrapbook page and you wanted big elements just in pastels behind. So this set is great, not just for card making, but for lots of other types of home decor and other beautiful things. And when you first showed me this set and I saw this one here, I immediately thought of like all kinds of ethereal artwork that I have seen, with the moon behind it. And I just can't wait to see what the designers all do with this. It's going to be amazing. Melanie spells her last name Muenchinger. That's how she spells her last name. Yeah, we're trying to keep up with all the trolls tonight. Tom is seeing them. So, it just takes a minute for him to do what he has to do to get rid of them. So, Melanie, again, another home run. I love this. And I can always tell too, because we always do a pre-order for our retail stores. Our retail stores get to order what they want so that they can get it shipped fairly quickly. Our brick and mortar stores, this was one hot stamp set. I got to tell you, one hot stamp set. So I just think people love how different it is. It's so unique. And you always do that. You always come up with something unique. So you are quite amazing. Gosh, could you come over and do my hair?
It looks great. It looks better than mine. I'm going to go get my headband right after we get off the
Take a picture and text it to me. I want to see.
I will.
Oh. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Again, everybody loves seeing you, and you always have such amazing stamp sets. So another home run. All right, Melanie, You have a great night. Oh, let me just say before you leave, before Melanie leaves, Melanie also has a YouTube channel. I know we always have new people at our release parties. Check her out, Melanie Menschinger, Gina K Designs. You could type in Melanie from Gina K Designs. She will come up on YouTube, and she has got some of the most amazing videos. She's really, really, you know how I always say I'm not an artist? This woman is an artist.
Well, no,
so she will teach you things that many can't. So
she's an artist.
check out her videos, check out her posts in our Facebook group, check out her Instagram. She always has amazing projects. Melanie, thank you so much.
Thank you. And what Lisa said earlier, I can't wait to see what everybody's going to make. I was looking at commenting on some things with the bees and the butterflies and the birds like 1 minute before this started. So thank you all so much. It's a great community. I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
We love you, Melanie. Thank you. You have a great night.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Oh, Melanie is so awesome. I love that set. I really do. You know I'm going to do something with that set. I see it stamped on vellum with gold embossing powder or silver embossing powder, and then maybe colored from the back. So the color's even lighter and just sheer. Oh, I have so many ideas for that. Guys, make sure you get that set. Okay, so now we have the first illustrator that joined me tonight has been sitting in the green room for almost 40 minutes. And thank you for waiting, Beth. I'm going to introduce her. Here she is, my good friend, Beth Saleka. Hey, Beth.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
So,
I just came in here and listened to everybody chit-chatting, and I had another screen with the comments on live.
It's so much fun, and it's so much fun to read everybody's comments and who's excited about what. And honestly, I can't wait to see what people do with the moths and with Lisa's flowers. And you have a set tonight that's perfect because it combines with all of the stamp sets that we released tonight. Beth does absolutely the most adorable style of greeting sets, and then she always has these cool borders and chubby images in. I just love this set. So let me take it out of the package, and you can tell us about this set. You can show us some stuff that you made. Okay, where do you see this? Here we go. Look at this set. This is called Incredibly Grateful. Yeah, I love this. I love how whimsical it feels, this set. And it has such great greetings. And I'll tell you, I showcased two of the greetings in our sneak peek that I thought would be great for graduation time too.
Right. Yeah.
You know, let your soul shine. Yeah. Yeah. Let your soul shine.
Passion, follow your dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. So I love that you can do follow your bliss, follow your passion, follow your dreams. It's got all of these amazing borders, more things that you can put in your wreath builder if you want to build wreaths with them or make adorable heart backgrounds. And I really love what you did with the greetings. You fill my soul. That is like something that I definitely want to send to people that I really love.
Right. And I think this time, you know, with COVID, people just need they need a little inspiration, and maybe sending a card makes them, you know, feel there's a lot of people that are going through depression these times. And it's nice to get a card and know that someone's thinking about you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I also like practice gratitude daily and let your soul shine. We rise by lifting others. You know what I think about? I think about right now that a lot of people are making things like prayer journals and gratitude journals because it's uplifting. It's very hard to think more than one thought at a time. So if you're thinking about what you're grateful for, it's very hard to be thinking about what you're sad about. And this just fits right in there. So
last summer, my sister, my daughter Victoria, her friend's mom made these sweatshirts, and so we all got them. And I was like, I love that saying. So we went and we all got the sweatshirts, and then I decided that was going to be something that I needed to have in a stamp set. So this was the inspiration, and then I built around that.
That's amazing. Okay, Beth, I just have to tell you, people are asking in the comments, is that the moon? in your window?
Is that the moon? No, I think it's I think it's a
No.
lamp.
In the third pane, I see the lamp, but yeah,
It's a painting or a photograph.
Okay, all right, because everybody was wondering, and I saw the comments. Is that the real moon? Okay, all right. Thank you. Solve that. Okay. All right. Well, we were grateful for it as being a moon. We were looking at this bright stamp set to add with that. So I know Beth always makes so many cards, and she had her daughter help her narrow it down a little bit to show us a handful of them tonight.
There was a handful. So let me start with this one.
Oh,
so I used the leaf image, and I just used a variety of colors. It was a rainbow week for me, I guess, because I used a rainbow of colors with the leaf.
That's really cute.
Then follow your passion.
Very simple. I like your clean and simple style. You can whip out cards quickly this way and get to writing them and sending them to people. Absolutely.
And this is also a one-layer card, and I used a stencil and the blending brushes and just created the background.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Added on the sentiment.
Oh, that's gorgeous. The stencil that Beth paired with that sentiment is the Art Deco stencil, I believe. Isn't that called Art Deco? I think it is. So. Yeah, I'll
find out, and I'll put a link when I put it in the group later on.
Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. I love the rainbow colors that you did too. It feels very Caribbean.
One of the first ones that I created.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I used the tag from the, I'm not sure which set this is.
Okay, yeah. That was the Christmas tags that we did, the tag trio. Yep, we have those.
I used a little bit of apple mint and some innocent pink.
Really pretty.
And I used one of the little heart gems on the tag as well. I love the detail on the tag.
Absolutely. That's so much fun. You're freezing up just a little bit, so I'm hoping that that's not going to stay that way. But I think she's coming back. Do you live out in the country, Beth?
Well, not really. No, we're in just north of Albany. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the rest of them I'm going to share later on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're freezing up really bad, so I'm not sure if we're going to lose you. It's possible that we might lose you. But if we do, let me just say that Beth has beautiful ideas. She shares them in our Facebook group. So make sure you look. You can and if you're looking for cards by Beth, you can always search by her name and all her posts will come up in our Facebook group. Okay, it seems like you're back again now. I don't know if that was just a weird
glitch. Too many kids at home doing their in school homework, I guess.
Yeah, well, when you have like 14 kids. When they're all using the internet, they got to all get off the internet when mom's going live. Oh gosh. Well, Beth, I loved your cards. Do you have any more to show?
I just shared this one in the group, and I did this with Lisa's set.
Oh, how cute is that?
And I had to fussy cut it because I didn't have the die quite yet, and I used the sentiment, and I used a little bit of a blending brush to give a little color variation to the charcuterie board.
Oh, that's so cute. Yep, I love it. I love it. That board is going to be popular, and these greetings I had mentioned earlier that you could use just the board, and add a greeting for a more masculine look. And your greetings are nice and big, and they would fit right on there with a little leaf element or little hearts. And yeah, so I love this set. This is kind of one of those staples that everybody needs in their collection. You need a good go-to, like a a good greeting set that has that variety of fonts like that, I think that that's just so pretty. And also, I love that you can build with this as well. These, I mean, you can use these to do all kinds of cool techniques. You know, my brain is going, Beth. My brain is just going off right now. I don't even know how I think on release party night because of all the ideas. And then you guys share your cards and I get so many more. So Beth, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I absolutely love this.
Everyone.
Ooh, sorry about that. Did I lose her? No, I didn't lose her. Okay. It is so great. Yeah, it's so great to see you. And just in looking at all of the comments, everybody's loving this one. So I think this is another one that was a really hot seller for our local stores. They bought this like crazy. So I think I can always tell by what the stores like that what people are going to like. And this was definitely one of them. We actually had to place a quick reorder for this one already, even though we hadn't even started selling it yet because our wholesalers wanted it so much. So grab it while you can, people. It's a great one. Well, Beth, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a great one, everyone.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Right, see you. Bye. Okay. Oh, I love Beth. She's so much fun. Her sentiment set is called Incredibly Grateful. That's the name of this set. And somebody was asking about some of the coordinating dies that we have for these sets and wasn't able to find them. I think the way they come up, there's probably more than one page of what's new. So you might have to click onto the second page. So, and yes, you can use all of our stamp sets to make card projects that you sell. I see people asking about our angel policy. If you want to use the stamps and you make cards and then sell them at craft fairs or you sell them to local boutiques, that is just fine. We are an angel company and we totally encourage you to use our images that way. Okay, well, let me show you a couple other stamp sets because some of our illustrators aren't able to be here tonight. So I want to show these to you. I'm not going to take quite as long. Then we're going to get to the first project using the new bundle. So let me take this one out of the package here. This is a beautiful brand new set by Hannah Drapinski. Now, Hannah has already painted some cards. You know, she is quite the watercolor artist. She's already painted with some of these, and she's going to be sharing her cards over in our Facebook group. But this one is called Best of Luck. Now, we didn't have a March release because we moved into our new building, but I talked to Hannah and I said, let's do March and April together because she's doing flowers for every month, birthday flowers, and the daffodil is the flower for March. So she does have March here for those of you that are collecting these. And at the end of the year, you're going to make calendars for the next year. So she does have March here. And these daffodils are just amazing. Big and bold. You can create beautiful borders going across your card. You can use these at the bottom of a scrapbook page because they are so big. Here's an ink pad for comparison. Look how big that stamp is. So I love big flowers, and I always encourage people, if you're trying to learn how to color, start with big flowers. Get something big. It enables you to understand how the space works and how the shading works. And then you could start doing the same techniques on those smaller flowers. But this has great greetings in here that are great all the way through spring, summer. I mean, best of luck. Perfect for somebody who's graduating, perfect for a retirement. Everybody needs happy birthday stamps. And I love how Hannah, the fonts that she uses or in her handwriting, the way that she writes, it does lend itself a little bit to a masculine feel as well. She is an amazing illustrator. And then there are some simple flowers and leaves and stems so you can create your own bouquet as well. Put a blank card next to it to show the size. I can do that. Okay, so here is a blank card. I'll put it right underneath so that you can see. This is an A2 card that fills up almost the entire front. So beautiful, beautiful stamp set. So this is the first stamp set that Hannah has. This is Best of Luck. Now her April set is called Sweet Spring. And I am going to pull this one out. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at these. And of course, it has April and a little fuzzy in there. It has April. Then it has some simple single leaves and flowers. Happy Mother's Day is in here. So if you guys are getting ready to make some Mother's Day cards, it has Mother's Day, wishing you a happy day. And then it's got this taller flower. Now, I am not exactly sure what this is, and Hannah's not here tonight, but let's see. She will probably be able to tell you if you ask in our Facebook group exactly what this is. But these are just beautiful. Now, this one does have a die set. So the first one did not have a die set because, pardon me, the flowers were kind of big, although these are big too. We decided that this one might lend itself a little bit more to cutting these images out and insetting the image inside. So it's got a huge die set that will cut even this big flower. We decided to do this. Look how big this die is. So this will cut even this flower out, which is really fun to color these on watercolor paper, cut them out, pop them up directly onto your card. And again, I will show you how big this image is. That's pretty big there. Then you could use a larger greeting down here, maybe one from Beth's set or one of the smaller ones. So these are other beautiful, I think these are daisies, but they may be something else too. So, oh, these are sweet peas. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I don't know all my flowers. I just say it's a flower and hope people go with that. I'm not very good at that. But this is another beautiful stamp set by Hannah Drapinski called Sweet Spring. And of course, these stamps and dies are all available in our store now. Okay, so I have another set to show you here. This is the brand new set by Emily Loggins. And if you are hot for greeting sets, like the one that Beth just put out, which I love, I want to find Lisa's set here because I want to show a couple things here. Okay, this is a brand new set by Emily Loggins, and it's called Go To Greetings. I love this one. Totally different style, bold, fun, chunky images. Some of these will fit right on that board. Oh, my darling. Let's see. Probably You Are the Coolest down here, and you can do a little floral arrangement around there using some of the smaller stamps. Of course, if you turn it sideways, You Made My Day. Thank you, friend. You plus me equals awesome. So I love that a lot of these fit on there. But look at these great greetings for graduations and job promotions, retirements. So proud of you. Congratulations. Way to go. You made my day. I love this. Thank you for the smiles you bring to my face. You are the coolest. You plus me equals awesome. And of course, the standard happy birthday. Thank you, friend. Hello and hi. So if you're looking for a nice, big, chunky word set, this is going to be very, very popular. Very popular. So check this out by Emily Loggins, Go To Greetings. Love it. All right, and the last stamp and die set that we have tonight is by Arjita Singh. And Arjita, one of our favorite illustrators around here as well. Gosh, we have good illustrators, don't we? She created this beautiful stamp set called Always Roses. Look at how big this rose is. This is beautiful. So it's got this gigantic rose, and then it's got these big leaves that you can cut out. Let me pull out the die set and show you. Let me grab it here. Okay, so it's got dies for just about everything. So you can cut this gigantic rose flower head out. You can cut the leaves, and you can do huge roses on your fronts of your A2 cards. You can also use the rose that's on a stem, which is beautiful. These, we weren't sure if we should do these as one stamp or if we should do them as two. We decided to do them as two, and we did the dies separately so you can cut them out separately because you might just want to have a bud coming up out of the top, you know, if you're doing a spray or an arrangement, or you might want to do a little row of buds just starting to bloom. So that gives you options that they're not one stamp and one die. And of course, the greetings are amazing. So we have this large word always that you can stamp in color or embossing. And then all of these things to put with it. Always and forever, great for weddings. Always believe in yourself. Always in my heart. Always believe. I will always be your friend. We will always be your friend. And we did that. We did we will and I will, because some people say to me, well, I don't really need a plural greeting. I'm sending this card from myself. Other people say, could you please do we? Because when I make cards, I sign it from me and my significant other. And so we wanted to give you those options. We will always love you. We will always be here. Always on my mind. We will always be together. I mean, there are just so many amazing combinations here. The greetings alone are something that you need in your collection, but these roses are to die for. And I cannot wait to see what all of the coloring experts out there have done with this set. I love how simple it is. It allows you to add the texture. It allows you to add the details, and it just gives you the freedom to do this exactly the way you want. So this is called Always Roses by Arjita Singh, and it's got the full die set that coordinates with it, so you can get them plain or purchase the die set along with it. Everybody's asking, where are our stamps available? Well, of course, they're available in our store, but they are also available in many, many retailers all over the world. All you have to do is visit our website and go to the About Us tab. A drop down will come back and it'll say our retailers, or it might say our retailers at the top. Just check the top of the website on your desktop. Or if you're looking on a phone, I think there's like 3 little lines, and you can click on there and the drop down comes down. Our international retailers are all toward the bottom. We did everything. We broke it out by online stores and states, and then international for all the countries that carry us in Canada. So yeah, we've got tons of retailers, hundreds of retailers, and you'll be able to find them on our website. All right, so now it is time to show you this brand new bundle that just got released, and I'm going to make a card project for you tonight using it. Now, some of you may have taken the class for Scrapbook and Cards Today, and this is a bundle that we released for Scrapbook and Cards Today. And 1,200 people took that class, and they all loved this bundle. And we had to wait a month before we could release it to the public. But I know there are thousands of you out there that have been dying to get this. So I want to show you what is inside this bundle. This is called A Little Hello. So inside, and if you see a green dot on there, don't think it's because it's like a discount or something's wrong with it. The reason we did this is because we are also coming out in 2 weeks with the restock of the A Little Love bundle. And we wanted to make sure we didn't send you the wrong one. So A Little Hello has a green dot, and A Little Love will have a pink dot. This way you get the right one that you ordered. So that's what that's there for. No other reason. Okay, so what you get in here is you get this amazing layering stencil set. So these stencils, there's 3 parts, and they're very easy to line up. I'm going to show you how to line them up. And this one is much more detailed than our last layering bundle. The last layering bundle was beautiful, but this one has some extra details in it. Again, this was hand drawn by my daughter, Alicia, and we did this together. We just sat, and she had her iPad and her pencil. She uses an Apple pencil, and she hand draws on the iPad, and she hand drew this. So these are very loose drawings. Now, when I say loose drawings, what I mean is you may have some layering stencils from other companies that were drawn digitally, not with a pencil, not kind of by hand. They were drawn in a different way where they use the tools in the drawing software to make sure everything is perfect. This is not like that. Alicia draws freehand, so it's a little more loose. And we wanted it to feel a little wonky and whimsical. So that's what this is gonna look like. It's a little different than some layering stencils out there. And I'll show you all of that in just a little bit. But it's got a 3-piece layering stencil set. Now these stencils, if you're new to our layering stencils, we do have at the bottom, and I don't think you can see this here, but you can feel it. It feels like Braille. You can feel it. it says Gina K Designs Bold Flowers 1. Then down here it says Gina K Designs Bold Flowers 2, and this one says Gina K Designs Bold Flowers 3. The reason we put that on the bottom is, yes, there's 3 stencils, so if you lose one or it gets, you know, put somewhere else, you'll remember that this is part of a layering stencil set. But also, we wanted to make sure that you knew how to position your stencil, because if you turn it this way, it's not going to line up at all. So you want to make sure that the words are always at the bottom when you're stenciling. So that's the little guide at the bottom. Now, this also has a die set. It's got this fantastic hello and shadow die, which I love this. It's got dies that will cut out these stenciled flowers. So you can use these in a similar way to stamps. You can stencil it like a background, or you can cut the flowers out. And then it's got this element set. Now this element set, if you want to stamp the word hello instead of cutting this giant hello out, you can stamp it instead. And then it's got all these little strip sentiments that coordinate with that greeting. So hello, sweet friend. Hello, how have you been? Hello, I really miss you. Hello, I think of you often. Hello, my love. Sending a happy hello. Hello, hope you're doing well. So you could put hello on the front and put these greetings on the inside, or you can mix and match them right on the front of the card. And then we've added some details where instead of stenciling these lines, you could stamp them and emboss them in gold or silver. You can also stamp different things inside the centers of these flowers. And Alicia designed all of these for me. This one is one of my favorites. It's similar to the stencil part, but it's got more dots around it. We couldn't cut the stencil that way. The dots were too close together. I also love this where it's a flower in a flower, and then this little swirl also is really cute. So that is what comes in this bundle, and I am going to show you the first card. I'm not going to use the actual flower dies for this card. I'm going to do that on Monday or Thursday. Thursday, I think I'm going to be here on Thursday, and I'll tell you about that at the end of the live. But in my next live video, I will cut out flowers from this and do that. But tonight, I'm just going to do a very simple card that I think you're going to like. I did this as one of my class cards, and it was super easy to do. So it's easy to line up the stencils, and I'm going to show it without the MISTI because not everybody has a MISTI, and I want to make sure that you know that this is easy to do. So I've got some purple tape here. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to cut this down, I'm not going to worry if I tape my paper down onto my scrap paper here and it tears a little bit. I'm going to use this purple tape, okay, and I'm just going to position that there. Now you could use a bigger piece and tape it from the back, but now remember, we want to make sure that the words are down here at the bottom, and they are. So I'm going to place that on top, and if you want to use purple tape or any kind of washi tape or whatever, that's totally fine. You can do that. I'm just going to tape the stencil down so it doesn't move. You can also use pixie spray. Okay, let me zoom in just a tad here. Okay. These layering stencils are, honestly, if you haven't tried them, this is some of the most fun you're going to have. They are so fun to use. So I'm going to stencil this flower using some wild dandelion ink. And let's see. So Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, somebody's asking what site to go for the card tutorial. You're not going to be able to access those because that was a special private class that I did. But now that that class is over, I can show you guys some of the different variations of cards that I did in my lives. We had to wait 30 days. Everybody who joined the class got to kind of go first and get the bundle, and the bundle was free with their class. So, okay, so I'm going to use Wild Dandelion, and I'm going to still hold on to the stencil because I don't want it to shift. And I'm going to start by adding Wild Dandelion all over these images. So you can see I'm picking up some nice color there. And what I love about the stenciled flowers is, it catches the edges of the flowers and it creates its own shading and its own depth. Now, this does have registration marks, but because these stencils are cut, you know, they cut around the perimeter of them, I don't always think that they're the best things to use. I don't even know if I'm going to do registration dots on future layering stencils because they're so easy to line up and sometimes they can be distracting. So I rarely use them. I just go in and just lay the stencil on top and you can see right down where it goes. And I think that's the best, easiest way. Okay, so then I'm going to use some orange ink next. So I'm going to use Sweet Mango. I don't want it to be too much, too bright of an orange. And yes, my cardstock under there is 6x6 because these are 6x6 stencils. So what you can do is you can take a soft cloth if you want. I just have an old washcloth and you can just wipe over the surface of your stencil just to pick up the loose ink. If you don't want to contaminate your brush, just get rid of that ink. But hold on to the tape and make sure that things don't shift. Okay, so now I'm going to use my orange stencil brush. Yes, there's going to be another card making event for Scrapbooking Cards today that I am going to be part of, and that's coming up in October. So I will announce it in our Facebook group, in my newsletter. I did last time as well, so make sure you sign up for our newsletter. You can find that on our website or you can find it in our Facebook group. And also join our Facebook group because you will always be able to find about classes, online classes, find about those. Okay, so now I'm going to start right in the center here. Even though this isn't open, I just want to catch a little bit of the image with some of this Sweet Mango. I don't want to go hard, just a little bit. See how that just creates some nice light shading? Yep, just jump over in our Facebook group and I will always announce classes and I always put them in our newsletter. So make sure you sign up for our newsletter. I know sometimes people sign up for our newsletter and then they unsubscribe right away or they, you know, they don't open them and then they miss stuff like the classes. So our newsletter is a great way to find out. Okay, I am continuing to add this. I'm not putting much pressure on at all. This is just creating that nice light little bit of shading in there. And you can see how beautifully this blends together. It's so much fun to do. You guys, I am serious. You are going to love these stencils. They're so much fun. And of course, the next few lives are going to be all using this stencil set because I'm just a little bit bananas over the whole process of layering stencils. I really am. There's so much you can do with them. More, and especially when they have dies, it's more than just this design. Of course, this is one of the designs, but when you can cut them out, oh man, you can do so many things. Okay. So now I've added that little bit of orange in there. I know the trolls are crazy tonight. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm going to add a little bit into these small flowers. Okay. Just using the tip of the brush to get a little orange in there. Just want to brighten them up a little bit with a hue. It has a hue. Okay. All right. So now you can see that. Isn't this pretty already? I mean, seriously? Yeah, I can put the link after the live is over. I can put the link to our newsletter in the description here on YouTube as well. Okay, so you guys will be able to sign up to our newsletter right from this YouTube video. So just go back to YouTube and find it. It's also in the announcements on our Facebook group. All right, so I'm going to take off this first stencil. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just so happy. They're happy flowers. They are smiling at you right now. Okay, now we're going to go to the next stencil. And remember, we want to make sure that this is at the bottom so we know they're going to line up. And you see how easy it is just to line those up? You just find out where they look best and line them up. Okay. And then again, I'm going to place some tape. Now remember, my tape's going to go in a little bit of a different spot because I've got some greenery here, which I don't know if you can see the stencil, but Can you see it's got leaves on here too? So we're doing two different colors on this one, but I'll show you how easy it is to do that. You can mask if you want. You can use Post-it notes to mask parts of it off, but I don't even do that. I just go for it, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm just taping that down. Now, I'm going to add some faded brick into the lines on these flowers, okay? Faded brick. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add green into these leaves. So let's get a red brush here. I'm going to rub red off. There's a little red left on there. And I'm going to add faded brick. Faded brick is such a nice color for this. And these are just very delicate details. So again, I'm starting in the center and I'm just going in a circular motion, working my way out. Don't feel like you have to fill in every nook and cranny of the stencil. By doing that, you're just going to have solid yellow, solid orange, solid faded brick. Just work from the center and let it fade out toward the edges. Okay? You can see I'm not really going all the way to the edges. I kind of like the way that looks. Okay, I'm going light, not super heavy. All right. And the last one here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take that washcloth again, and I'm just going to lightly just swirl around there. I'm not going to go all over because I don't want to like force it into the green areas, but I'm just going to swirl that right around just to pick up the extra ink. Okay, there we go. Pardon me. All right, so now it's time to add some greens. So I'm going to take my green brush and I'm going to start with a little bit of jelly bean green. Surprise! I bet you didn't think I'd use jelly bean. I use jelly bean all the time. I love the jelly bean. And I'm just going to go into these leaves. And I'm being a little careful not to go too close to these areas. But if you get a little overlap, it's okay. It's not going to change the look. And I'm going light. So I'm letting it fade out. I'm not too worried about, you know, that every little nook and cranny is solid because we're going to add a second layer onto these leaves. You're going to feel like such an artist when you use these. That's what I love about them. The blending, the way it blends together, it's so similar to no-line coloring. It gives you that kind of look. So pretty. Okay. This is going to be such a bright, cheerful card. So you can see, I'm just freehanding it. There's a lot of whimsy in this whole look. Okay, so let's take that layer off. See how that looks. It's always so like fun and exciting to pull it off and look at it. Oh, my nails are too short. All right, there we go. Look! Whoa! All of that beautiful depth in there, huh? Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so now we've got the third layer. And remember, always looking at the bottom for that. Now, you can line up these centers. They are a little whimsical, so they're not meant to be dead center. They're meant to be like one's up a little higher, one's down a little lower. They are very whimsical. I tend to like line up the leaves a little bit more and then let the centers be wonky. But I'm not even going to use the centers for this one because I'm going to stamp centers because I have to show you how the stamps work. So I'm just going to do the leaf part. And the first image that we already stenciled is a little bit smaller than this image. So you may see a little white sticking out there. That's okay. It's all going to fill in beautifully. So don't worry about any of that. And again, this is a very loosely drawn design. So you're going to have some looseness to the images. All right, so here we go. We're going in with fresh asparagus, and I just put it more on the tip of my brush. And I'm going to just add my details here. Just over the leafy areas. So you can already see, like, this is just looking good. And again, you don't have to like dig in and brush like you're, brushing your teeth before you go to the dentist. You don't have to do that. Just give it a little light touch. The light touch gives it the more airbrushy blended look. You all know what I'm talking about. You're in the bathroom at the dentist office, scrubbing away. At least I do that. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to take this off, and you can see the beautiful layered look that we have here. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to stamp a center, and I'm going to stamp this solid one. This is like one of my favorite images to stamp in the center. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I got something on the back of this stamp here, so I got to clean it before I get it on my block. There we go. If your stamps stop sticking to your block, it's usually because you got something on the back. For me, it's always either like hand lotion or embossing powder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand stamp. The second green was fresh asparagus, for those who missed that color. And just so you know, in this in the description on this live, I'll also add what colors I used for this project. Okay. So now I'm going to use some black onyx, and I'm going to get some, I always have to have black on every card, right? Yes, you can emboss the center. Isn't that cool? I'll tell you, I like the stenciling for the center. It's cute, but man, there's just too many options in this stamp set. So I highly recommend you try some of these. Okay, so I'm inking this up real well. And then I'm going for it. Just boom, right in the center. Okay, you see how easy that was? Because you can see down on it. Now, I'm not going to get the next one centered, right? Just because I was cocky about it. It's all right. It's a little off. Okay. Here we go. Boom. See, I kind of like the whimsiness of it, so it's okay. There we go. But these are fairly easy to get pretty close to the centers. All right, so there we go. Now I've got that beautiful center in there. Isn't this fun? Aren't you guys loving it? All right, I'm gonna clean my stamp. I know this stamp cleaning witchcraft that none of you do. We have to clean them once in a while. All right, then I'm gonna use this tiny little stamp. I'll show you which one it is. It's this little dot right here. And again, these are all fun in the wreath builder too. So got to get that in because I know y'all love your wreath builder. I know I do. Okay, so I'm going to stamp in the centers of these little flowers here. Sorry if my head gets in the way. This is kind of far up. I'm just going to add those. Okay, so there, now we have centers. Now, if you want, you can also add more dots. So we've got yellow dots from the stencil. Let's add a few sweet mango ones using this same little dot. We'll just put one here, put one over down here. I don't know. I'm going to cut this, so I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to be using because I am going to cut it down to an A2. But it's fun to just add little elements like that. Isn't it? Isn't that cute? How fun. So you can just make it more polka dotty. I know you guys are probably like seeing like, oh, put one there, but you get the idea, right? Okay. So I'll stop now and we're going to turn this into a card. Of course, I have a couple tips and tricks for this card idea too. All right. So what I'm going to suggest is, since we're making an A2 card, let's use a Master Layouts die to cut this out so we can see it a little bit better. when we're doing the cutting. So let me grab my die cutting machine. I'm making up words. I do that all the time. If you hear a new word here and it ever ends up in Merriam-Webster's, I hope somebody will give me credit because I make up words all the time. All right, I'm going to use Master Layouts. I think I'm going to use Master Layouts 2 for this. But again, if you don't have our Master Layouts dies, don't worry. You can totally do this with a paper cutter. I'm just being fancy here. I feel like I'm in the mood to be fancy. So I might not even end up being fancy. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to cut that out like that. Okay. Let me move this whole thing up a little bit so you can see it better. So you see what I'm doing? I'm cutting it out right here. I know it's devastating, but I can. You're right. You can make 2 cards with this, Janice. That's right. Because you can use over here this side, or you can come in a little bit more, and you could use this as a border going across your card. So definitely you can make more than 1 card here. And I'm going to move this just like that. Okay. All righty. So here I go. I'm just shoving this plate in now and cutting. Ugh. Okay. This would look pretty on a craft card base. We're right. IB Elf. All right. And I know you can't see this really clear, but I will share it in our group. It's got that cute little stitched edge. Okay. So now, of course, we can save that. That could be a border. You could put another cutout one on top. So definitely you could add flowers all around it. You could, if you wanted to move the whole thing over a little bit, you could cut these out as single flowers and use them for another project. So, you know, you can do it whatever way you want. Now I'm going to cut a black panel using the plain rectangle die from the Master Layouts 2. And if you have trouble cutting, just turn it on a little angle like that, and it will cut out much easier without making all the cracking sounds. You could, Cindy, that's a great idea. You could use it as a bookmark for sure. You could cut small tags out of it. There's lots you can do. Okay, and that is just going to layer together like that. And I was thinking of putting it on a bright wild dandelion card base, but yes, it would look good on a craft card base, or it would look great on a white card base. The other bundle, Beth, the first bundle that we released, should be back in stock in about 2 to 2.5 weeks. That one got delayed. We're honestly doing the very best that we can trying to get our products in, but boy, I'll tell you, it hasn't been easy. All right, now I'm going to cut out the hello die. Now, when I cut out these intricate word dies, I always like to cut them more off to the side. I've got a little thing in here that needs to come out. There we go, a little leftover from another card. I like to put them blade side up and closer to the side of the die cutting machine. You always get a better cut on detailed dies when you do that. I don't know why the die cutting gods like it. It's like a sacrifice, I guess. There we go. See how easy that cut out? I didn't even have to like poke it out. So I'll just save that for later. All right, and we will poke out this hello. Now, I don't think I'm going to need the shadow die for this card. I think this is going to look just fine the way it is, but we'll take a look at it and see. But the shadow is great because you can cut the shadow out in white or a color or in vellum. And if you cut it in vellum, then you just have that sheer background. So the pattern still shows through. But I think that's going to be just fine on there, however we want to do it. I think I'll actually put it more off to this side of the card. Okay. Alrighty. So that's it for die cutting. Let me get this out of the way, and then we will finish up the card. Now, I have a little trick to show you. The Love Bundle, 2 to 2.5 weeks.
There's no master layout tonight, right?
There's no master layouts tonight. No, not on this release. We do have one in the works for our next release, so stay tuned. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut out one of the strip sentiments. And I want to cut just a, maybe a 5/8 of an inch. I'm not exactly sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of cardstock down to 5 inches. Let me get this a little bit better here. I'm going to cut this down to 5 inches. I broke my paper cutter. Can you believe it? See, it's hanging here. It happens. Okay, so I want to see what 5/8 of an inch looks like. Actually, I think I could do a 1/4 inch. Look how skinny these greetings are. That would work on a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut this down to a 1/4 inch. It's very difficult to cut a 1/4 inch this way, right? There's no 1/4 inch mark. So what I do is I cut it to an even number, like 5, and then I cut it down by just moving this down a 1/4 inch. Once you get that to where you want it, then you've got a 1/4 inch strip. Okay? And I think our words are going to fit on there very nicely. Yes, they will. That's going to fit on there very well. But I'm going to be even trickier. So let me cut that again because it looks like I didn't have my first one perfect. All right, so I'm at 4 inches here. I'm going to go down to the 1/4 inch mark. And I've got my 1/4 inch strip. Now I'm going to get this black piece that I used, and I want to make sure that that is an even number. So we'll go to 5 on this. That was terrible what I just did. All right, I gotta get a new one of these because I broke it. I dropped it and it broke. All right, so I'm starting at 4 inches. Now I want to do a little black layer, right? That's going to go on either side. So I'm going to go down to 4 1/4, and then I'm going to go down 1 more 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And that is going to give me that little layering strip. See that? It's kind of hard to hold it there, but see how that worked out? So that's how I cut. I cut backwards. Rather than just trying to cut the measurement that I want, I start at an even number and I work my way back a 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch, a 1/2 an inch, whatever I need. It works better than trying to do it from this side where there's no markings. Okay, I know sometimes if you drop them, it's kind of scary. The paper cutter. Okay, so let's cut this down. This rectangle is 3 1/2 inches by 4 3/4 of an inch. So let's cut this strip down now before I stamp on it to 3 1/2 inches. Wish me luck on this. Ooh. Okay, that should fit going across, and it does. Looks good, pretty good. I can always trim it if I need to trim a tiny bit off the edge. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to cut it down to 3 1/2 inches. So that should work as well. That should go right across. Okay. Now I'm going to be brave and I'm going to stamp this freehand. So I want everybody to hold their breath with me while I do this. So what grading should I use? Let me find my little block. Here's my little strip sentiment block. I'm going to zoom in real tight so I can be embarrassed up close. There we go. Okay. Let's do hello, I really miss you. I'm going to do that because there's a lot of people that I really miss. Okay, so when I'm putting this on my acrylic block, because it's so easy to distort the strip sentiments, I like to lay them face down and then I like to pick them up using the block. This way I know it's not distorted and I get it straight on my grid line. Okay, I see all of this comfort here. You guys are like, Gina, you got this. Thank you, Pam. I will be listing all of the ink colors on in the description here on the YouTube video. So head over to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook and find this video. It'll be the first video on my channel. When the video is over, I will be adding all of the details. Okay, I'm going to get my head in the way because I absolutely have to look straight down on this. Okay, here we go. Ooh, nervous. Okay, it's a little low. It's a little low. I admit it's a little low, but I think it's going to work. What I can do is take one more shot on the other side, and then I can pick the best one. Okay, so here we go. Gotta get my head in the way, my curly, crazy hair in the way. So here we go. Oh, that one, I did it. I nailed it. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm all proud of myself again. Okay. So now let's assemble this card, shall we? This is going to be a very, very cute little layout. All right. I'm going to take my little black strip and my little white strip, and I'm going to get some tape going across on the white strip. And then I'm going to line it up off to one side. I'm going to do this a little bit at a time, work my way across here. Here we go. And I'm like pressing it down as I go along. Okay. And then I see that it is sticking out just a little bit. Can you see the white there sticking out just a little bit? Doesn't seem like that would be a problem, but I think it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to trim that off. There we go. Okay. Now it's going to be perfect. Let's assemble. So I'm going to adhere my stenciled panel. I should back up just a little bit. Gosh, it's like very close. See all the pores and wrinkles in my hands. Okay, we'll put that on there like that. And then this is going to go down here across. And then my hello is going to go up here. So let's get the hello where we want it. Like that. And then we can put the strip right down there. Now, I actually think it would be even cuter to move this up a little bit and get the hello draped down onto that little bar. Don't you think that would be cute? Like that? I like that. I think that's just a little bit more fun. So we'll tape this down first. We'll put it, I always like to start on the one side and get it even, and then make sure it's straight before I totally commit to pressure. There we go, and press. Okay. Then I'm going to use my Connect glue. And when I use my Connect glue with these really, really skinny dies like this, I tend to like to squeeze some Connect glue onto a piece of cardstock and then just use my finger to tap the glue onto the die cut.
You know if that's coming back in stock?
Yes, that we've got, I know that we've got 10,000 of them coming. I don't know how fast they're going to come, but I know that we've got 10,000. And they usually come pretty quickly. So, but I can't give you a definite date. All right. So now I'm going to try not to destroy this. We'll put this right here, like that. And then once it's in place, then we can press it down. And Connect glue goes on white, but it dries clear. So if you get any on the front of that hello, that's totally fine. It's not going to mess it up at all. All right, I'm going to flip this so that looks prettier. It's all about looking pretty. And then I'm going to add that onto the yellow card base. Blending brushes should be in about 2 weeks when the A Little Love bundle comes back in stock. Again, these are all just estimates. You guys ask me, I'm just guessing, you know, because I can't really control it. But that's what I think is going to happen. All righty. There we go. So what do you guys think? Isn't that a cheerful, fun card? So fun. I love that. All right. So that is the new A Little Hello bundle. There we go. That's what that looks like. Very, very fun. All right. Well, you guys, you've been hanging in with me for so long tonight, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all of our wonderful illustrators for joining us tonight. All of these stamps and dies and the new bundle are now available at GinaKDesigns.com. You can click on the What's New category to find everything. We are shipping out to all of our retailers who already placed a pre-order, and they should be getting them fairly soon as well. I will be back. Okay, so let me tell you about Thursday and what's happening to me on Thursday. So Thursday, I am getting my second, Wednesday. It's happening to me on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm getting my second COVID vaccine. And I don't know what's going to happen to me. I might be totally fine and just have a sore arm like I did last time. Or I might feel like I have the flu on Thursday. I might, have chills and all those things. So I don't want to commit to Thursday because I don't know how I'm going to feel. But if I feel great, I will know on Thursday morning and you can look for a live. If not, I will make an announcement that I'm not going to be live, and then I will be back on next Monday. So that is why I might not be here on Thursday for our lunchtime live. Just wanted you guys to know the reason why, so you didn't worry about me too much, because I know you do, and you always send such sweet, kind messages, and I love you all for it so much. All right, you guys. Well, that is our release party for our April release. Everything's available now, GinaKDesigns.com. Don't forget, you get that amazing free Mini Blooms stamp set as an incentive for any order of $75 or more. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put it in your cart. It will automatically ship with your qualifying order. I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all so much. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.